Hello and welcome to Messing About Models with me, John Ruddy. Today we're going to be building one of the Peco Parkside kits. One of the most enjoyable things that I found in my modelling is building wagon kits. They're normally fairly cheap. If you make a mistake, then you've not lost hundreds of pounds and having to buy a replacement model, and you learn something along the way. So today we're going to do one of the Peco Parkside range of kits. I found that these are very easy to put together. You just need a few simple tools, paint, even the wheels and transfers are included. So just for a few pounds you could have a quite detailed scale model put together, and you'll have the satisfaction of having made it yourself. Normally these kits retail for about £10 to £15, so that can be as much as half the cost of a ready-to-run wagon. So let's go over to my workbench and see what we need to do and get cracking on building the kit. So today we're going to start with this particular kit. It's number PC19 in their range. This is a 16-ton mineral wagon, but it's the vacuum fitted one, which is a type that I don't have at the moment on my layout. As you can see, it comes with wheels and transfers. You just need a few simple tools. I've got a knife to cut things from the sprues. Also use a sprue cutter. You'll need to file off any flash. I use a emery board, which you can get in the beauty section of the supermarket for filing nails. You'll also need glue, of course. There's a variety of glues available, but the one that I prefer to use is Plastic Magic from Deluxe Materials. It sets really quickly and works really well. As I said, you'll need some paint. Because this is a fitted wagon, we'll need some bauxite paint, and I've also got some weathered black for the chassis. These are rail match paints. You don't need to use those particular brands. There are lots of different brands available, Humbrol of course. Selection of brushes, not necessarily the fanciest of brushes, but different brushes. And you'll also need couplings. I've got a variety of types of couplings here. You can get a set of mounting blocks to mount regular Bachmann or Hornby couplings in them. Get enough in a packet for 5 wagons, or in there is a mounting bracket for the old sort of type of mainline couplings, and I've got some of those, which is what we'll be using on this one here. So let's open up and get started. Fairly easy to follow instructions. As you can see, there's not a lot to do, so let's get cracking. Now we'll move on to the chassis. Next stage is to put in the bearings into the holes in there so that the wheels will rotate fairly freely. Just need a little blob of glue just to soften things up. It's at this point I've realised that the T-rod is actually not long enough. So I'm going to have to leave that one out for the moment. It's a slight failure with the kit. But what I can do is add some metal wire at a later date to represent that. All ready for the next stage, which is painting. I'd say this isn't as good a kit as some of the others in the Parkside range. There was quite a bit of flash on the mouldings, which I had to clean up. Some of the parts were quite fiddly, and the T-rod, which connects the vacuum cylinder to the vacuum V-hangers, was not the right size. So I'm going to have to make that up with a bit of wire at a later date. So all that remains now is to let the paint set on that, let the glue set on that, and then we can paint that up and apply the transfers. Right, now the paint has dried, we can begin to apply transfers. On the transfer sheet there is a couple of white bars which go on the model to indicate where the end door was. Obviously numbers, which will go down in the bottom left, and the little V mark is there to indicate the flap for the bottom opening door. So without much further ado, let's begin to apply the transfers. And there we have it. Transfers maybe not went on quite perfectly, but once the wagon is weathered up, that will cover the worst of the mistakes. And obviously that's a bit of practice for next time. As I said earlier, a few problems with the kit, especially with the fitted chassis, etc. But all in all, it's not too bad and is a nice afternoon's work. If you'd like to leave your comments, ideas, have you tackled one of these kits before? Let me know down in the comments if you've got any suggestions for how we can improve next time. Please also leave that down in the comments, and don't forget to see the other videos in the wagon kit series that I'm currently doing, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks, and see you next time. Bye.